sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Along with the big Aristotle, Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. And for Brooklyn, after splitting their first two games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on their side. Scotty Brooks has been around as long as the Oklahoma City Thunder have been around in terms of the head coaching position there. He's part of the DNA of that team, isn't he?
He is. He's a fighter, and he was that way when he played in the NBA. And, I think his mentality rubs off on the players. What I like about him is he treats his players fair. It's always level with his whole roster. Players love that, Ernie.
That does it from the 2K Sports studio. We'll see you next time.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for your Brooklyn Nets. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 44, Bojan Bogdanovic. A 6'11" forward from Farrakhan Academy, number 2, Kevin Durant. Guard from Arkansas, number 7, Joe Johnson. A 7-foot center from Stanford, number 11, Brook Lopez. A 6'3" guard from Illinois, number 8, Durant Williams. The head coach of your home team is Ryan Mullins.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. Last game for the Nets, they picked up a W against the Pistons in Detroit. Trading blows in that one, they did win by 3.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Ran outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. And it's Perkins in at the pivot, manning the middle. Johnson, good! Darren Williams enjoying an efficient season, shooting the ball last year, 2013-14. Steve, his best field goal percentage in years.
Yeah, and over the last 2 seasons, his best consistent three-point shooting. So he's become a dependable threat from long range.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. After the miss from Serge Ibaka. Johnson, the pass to Lopez. He dishes it to Williams. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Garnett kicks to Johnson. And it's off from three-point range. We're about 1 minute into the first. Dishes it to Westbrook. He kicks to Perkins. The turnaround jumper, and he gets it to go.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Garnett with a screen on Westbrook. Williams dishes to Lopez. And it's blocked by Perkins. Durant, the pass to Ibaka. Perkins kicks to Westbrook. Takes the 13-footer, and that one's good.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Williams kicks to Lopez. Williams sets a screen for Lopez. Lopez a screen. Over in the corner, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Garnett. No luck. Some solid defense from Ibaka. The Thunder have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. Westbrook against Williams. Outside Westbrook. From the line. Can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
It's always a special day when these two clubs get together because it only happens twice during the regular season. And, of course, these are 2 of the league's powerhouses.
Here's Bogdanovich. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Pistons in Detroit. But they'll get another chance. Garnett wide open. Garnett with another miss.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. And it's Westbrook again missing. Well, I'm sure the fans agree with Steve. These are 2 very strong teams, and the energy, Clark, in this arena tonight is incredible.
It is absolutely off the charts, and if it's anything like their 2 battles last season, Kevin, which they split, we're in for a real treat.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 28-point game against Denver. Here's Lamb. Tries again, and Ibaka with the layup. Ibaka's got his second bucket tonight.
Really getting after it on the offensive boards, adding to his early total with that putback.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Outside Williams. There's the feed to Lopez. And that's good off the glass that time. Thunder have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Westbrook passes to Perkins. Left side Durant. Fades back. That's good.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Nets trailed by 3.
You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
Now here's Williams. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Well, we get a chance to check out the stats for Westbrook. Great year for him last year. He was around 21 points a game, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And he's been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out to me about his recent performance.
Well, you think about his intelligence, the court vision, both are outstanding. Those numbers are hardly a shock, as excellent as they are.
With the Nets, they did make strong role players out of guys that Steve didn't seem to be on anyone's radar.
Well, it gave them a lot of flexibility over the summer in terms of what they wanted to do personnel-wise. You can never discount how much that can shape the future of a franchise.
Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
You know, Brook Lopez is a devastating scorer from the right block, and at his size, it's really tough to bother that shot. And really, it comes down to whether he makes it or not, and most of the time he makes it.
And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Serge Ibaka is second.
I think he cares more about shot blocking than any other element of his game, guys. Takes so much pride in it. That's why he was where he was on that list.
Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And for Brook Lopez, the next evolution of his game is improving as a passer from the low block.
Yeah, you know, you have to punish teams for double teaming, and that's how you go from star to superstar, making your teammates better. Lopez has continued to evolve. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year. That's the main thing.
Williams gets the bucket.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And here's Westbrook. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Durant kicks to Perkins. Tries from 10. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 1. Outside, Williams feeds to Johnson. Lopez a screen. Johnson kicks to Williams. Here's Bogdanovich. Good on the triple.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Thunder have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Now here's Westbrook. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Now a quick look back to last year's numbers for Serge Ibaka. Second in blocks. And he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, the fact that he had the second most blocks in the league, that says an awful lot about his presence, and it also helped that team be pretty good defensively. It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. Misses off the left iron.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Johnson missing again.
Really high-quality shot there, just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
So much has been made about whether this is Durant's team or Westbrook's team, but in reality, I think it's both of their teams. I mean, Durant does what he does. He's an elite scorer, as is Westbrook. They couldn't be the team they are, the Thunder, without both of those guys being excellent and leading the way they do.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Lopez. Karolinko comes in for Kevin Garnett. Allen Anderson's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Joe Johnson. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Yeah, guys, a lot of people thought that Durant would blossom with more of the offensive focus on him. But, Steve, the Thunder had showed they're not the same team and struggled when Westbrook was out.
Well, and it really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone because Westbrook's an elite talent in this league, and you remove him from any team, it'll hurt. I think it was people speculating how much Durant could carry this team on his own, but the fact of the matter is Durant needs Westbrook and vice versa.
Williams, and he banks in the layup. Williams has got his second bucket.
Of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate. That's his comfort zone. So defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Takes it from 10. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Now it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead. The Thunder have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And Adams kicks to Morrow, and he gets the bucket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Outside, Williams. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Kicks to Jack. To the left wing. The 3 from Anderson. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Let's now go to Doris Burke over across the way, who spoke with Lionel Hollins, and Doris, take it away.
And my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant, probably the premier scorer in the entire league? He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now Plumlee, following Durant's three-point attempt. Anderson passes to Plumlee. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 6. Williams kicks to Anderson. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but, the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Denver.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Here's Williams. 8-point game. Anderson dishes to Williams. Left side, Anderson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Durant for 3. The shot will not go. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Nets up 8. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
On tap this Saturday, November 8th, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. It's Western Conference action. Make sure to catch it.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
Here's Jackson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Thunder head coach Scott Brooks really consistent with his message. It's all about defensive commitment and trusting your teammates at that end of the floor.
They've got Anderson. Plumlee out there with Andre Kirilenko. Then there's Johnson, and it's Jack in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. It's Jackson with the drive. Good. Jackson's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Thunder.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
You talk about Scott Brooks' defensive focus. He played 11 years in the NBA as a 5'11 point guard, Steve. You'd better believe he had some toughness.
Oh, he was nasty. He would pick you up full court. And, there was a great stat about him when he played. He went 5 consecutive seasons where he had more steals than turnovers. So, shows you about Scott Brooks.
And the basket by Johnson. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Outside Jackson. Pass to Morrow. Shoots off the screen. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Nets leading by 6. Outside Jack. On the wing, Johnson. The pass to Plumlee. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Oklahoma City shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the fourth best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, you think about what might have been. That was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta, where he became an all-star. And you always wonder what might have been in Phoenix.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Ibaka. Durant against Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go with the 3. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Jackson.
And Joe Johnson in his second season in Atlanta averaging 25 a game, but that was 8 years ago. Last season, around 16 a game.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Over the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Brooks said to his team. The strategy included running the offense through Russell Westbrook. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Westbrook after the miss from Joe Johnson. From outside, off the mark.
And age starting to show for Johnson. Below average player efficiency rating the last 2 seasons. But he's still owed $48 million over this season and next.
Now here is Kirilenko. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. Andrei Kirilenko dealing with injury issues last season with Brooklyn. Back spasms cost him almost 2 full months to start the year. And then, Steve, even in his return, he admitted he wasn't 100%.
Yeah, the calf was a problem most of the season. So big reduction in his minutes and scoring, but still a valued contributor for the Nets.
2 shots.
And for Kirilenko, I mean, he said he stopped paying attention to his stats last season. His focus was on doing the best he could to elevate the Nets in the win column. And they made a push late in the season.
Lopez, he's checked in for Mason Plumlee. And then for Oklahoma City, Perkins comes in for Steven Adams, and it's Lamb in there for Jackson. He's off on the second.
And Kirilenko, a great value signing for the Nets. Owed $10 million in his contract with the Wolves. He opted out and signed a deal with the Nets for the mid-level, which is about a third that much. And it did raise some eyebrows.
Nets leading by 6. Jack with it. He had 13 points in the win against the Pistons in Detroit. Here's Lopez. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Garnett's checked in. The Nets shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
That's good from Brook Lopez.
The Oklahoma City, for 2 years running, the only team in the top 5 in the NBA in both offensive and defensive efficiency. That ought to tell you about this balanced elite basketball team.
Lamb passes to Westbrook. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And Jack kicks to Johnson. Lopez a screen. Back to Jack. 3-pointer. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And for the Thunder, remaining so consistent despite losing Harden and then last year without the outside shooter Kevin Martin.
Yeah, not to mention, Kevin, the injuries to Russell Westbrook. Give credit to the players and the coaching staff. Again, when you've got a culture of expectation and you've got talent and leadership from the sideline and from within the players, then you've got a chance to weather storms effectively, and clearly the Thunder did that.
Here's Jack following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Jack with it. Westbrook picks him up. Stolen by Durant. Passes to Perkins. Back to Durant. From outside the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. Johnson's got his third rebound on the night. He feeds it to Jack. Lopez sets a screen for Jack. Lopez inside, defended by Ibaka. Good work defensively by Ibaka. And even 3-on-3 break. Johnson with the block. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
And so here is Oklahoma City. It's a 5-point game. Durant dishes to Perkins. He kicks it to Lamb. 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Over Johnson. Lamb, good. Timeout called, the Nets.
You know, when you have the number of stars and impact players that the Nets do, you can play against anybody. They were tough against the Western Conference opponents last year.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Joe Johnson. How he performed last season. Averaged about 15 points a game last year. 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Tell you what, he's been scary good over that run of games, just taking his usual brand of stellar offense and even building on it.
And Steve, you know that's not easy to do considering the high level he already plays at on an everyday basis. To move the needle another notch higher is special.
And the Nets against the West, 18-12 record out of conference. That's right up there with Indiana and Miami from last year.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Jack against Westbrook. Jack with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now the dish to Johnson. Back to Jack. Lopez, a screen on Durant. 5 to shoot. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Well, the Nets were one of the very few teams in the Eastern Conference that actually played better against the West, Clark, than they did against the East.
And, Kevin, there really might not be a reason behind it that I can identify, but it was a welcome trend for that team considering what they had to go through from the start of the season through the All-Star break and beyond.
And here is Jack following Russell Westbrook's 3. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. He dishes it to Lopez. Here's Garnett. Good. And the Nets lead by 2.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Teardrop shot, and that one's good. Lamb's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, when he scores buckets like that, Kevin, it just shows that he can bring some of that X factor for his team.
And Jack kicks to Lopez. Nets passing it around. Johnson attacking. Garnett with the screen for Johnson. Garnett, right side. Plenty of space. He squares up and sinks it.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Durant kicks to Westbrook. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by Johnson. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Brooklyn making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Williams in for Jarrett Jack. Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Morrow comes in for Kevin Durant. Here's Westbrook. The shot's good. Collison making the play. And that's 11 points for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. Some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose, because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
You got it. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, Serge Ibaka is now a two-way presence. Of course, an intimidating shot blocker, but also a great complementary piece offensively. Kevin Durant said he's a guy that excels playing off of others. He gives himself up, sets great screens. He shifts the defense with his hard rolls to the basket, and you have to respect his jumper. Kevin, back to you.
He stretched his range out beyond the arc, Doris. Thanks. Now here's Lamb after the miss from Darren Williams. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Then Russell Westbrook, maybe the most explosive first step in the league. I mean, he doesn't just get an angle on his defender. He leaves them completely behind with a free run to launch all those shots around the rim.
Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Anderson can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 3. Dishes to Lamb. Now Westbrook. He's got 11. He's on fire. Westbrook's got 13. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. Williams got it off in time, but it's no good. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Nets lead by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime. I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
And here now the Thunder. They trail by 1. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Thunder. Ibaka at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Williams. You know, Steve, a lot of teams look at this Thunder franchise as a model, of how to go about building a team that can compete for a title through the NBA draft.
Well, it's a good model to follow, but you need some luck, Kevin. I mean, Kevin Durant fell into their lap. If they don't get the second pick in the lottery, and if Greg Oden doesn't go first to Portland, none of this happens. So Yeah, great planning, and they've had a terrific effort to put all this together, but it really comes back to getting Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
The Nets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
You know, going back to touch again on the Thunder, really you couldn't have asked for a better scenario for a small market team to put together a roster like this. I mean, your core pieces, your cornerstone pieces, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, are all relatively young in their careers and seem to enjoy playing for each other, so they're going to be good for a long time.
Thunder trailing by 4. Westbrook passes to Lamb. Outside Westbrook. Now the feed to Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lamb, and he's good on the 3 ball. Lamb's got 7.
Well, they did have to deal with some small market repercussions, though, the Thunder I'm talking about. You know, they couldn't afford to pay James Harden. They had to make that trade. But I think they've dealt with it really well. They've added some nice pieces, and the Thunder obviously still one of the elite teams in the NBA.
And here's Garnett following Jeremy Lamb's 3. There's the bucket. Good.
Boy, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Screen by Ibaka. To tie. Second chance shot. Tries yet again. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Great job. Taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
It's his first trip to the line.
Serge Ibaka, 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Ibaka.
Boy, you look at how Ibaka has gone from role player to key player since his time in the league, and he's done it by increasing his range and efficiency from outside, and he's done it every season. You really have to admire his work ethic. Everybody raves about the character of this young man.
Plumlee is checked in for Brooklyn. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Ibaka definitely knows how to improve his game, and if you look at his shot charts year by year, there are distinct changes in where he's getting his shots from. Who knows what kind of range he'll have in 2 years.
The offensive rebound, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. That free throw, no good. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And Durant, here we go, takes the 12-footer and hits. Durant's got 6 points. And a final word on Ibaka. It comes in clumps to him, it seems. 1 year he started to make more baseline shots, Clark. Next year he started at the top of the key more. He's also looking at the three-point shot more often.
Well, that's exactly how you go about expanding your range if you're a player like Ibaka, Kevin. I mean, get really good at one shot and then progressively extend your range and move around on the court.
Williams' shot is off.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
And Durant gets it to go.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Johnson dishes to Williams. Lopez, a screen on Westbrook. Plumlee with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. It's Williams with the drive, and it's Williams again missing. The Thunder leading by 3. Durant kicks to Ibaka. Left side, Westbrook. That's good. Westbrook's got 15.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now here's Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Bogdanovich. Shot to stop the run. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Thunder have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
For a while, it looked like the Nets would struggle to make the postseason last year, but they pulled it together.
Andre Kirilenko is checked in for Brooklyn. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Jackson in for Lamb. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, during that break, Coach Scott Brooks had some words for his team. The strategy included running the offense through Russell Westbrook. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Well, they did end up making it in as a 6th seed, as we know. Looked to be an early exit for them, but they were able to use their experience and rally back to beat the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, that was an impressive first-round win, but it was short-lived because in the next round they faced the Heat, who had a pretty easy time with it.
Now here's Jackson, following the shot by Kevin Durant. Rebound, Brooklyn. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds in the game. Williams passes to Johnson. He nails it, and we're tied up. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, his performance has been so important to this team. He's as dependable as ever, guys.
They set the pick. Outside Westbrook. Sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 18 points.
You know, their three-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Here's Bogdanovich. He's got 6, and Durant with the block. Left side, Westbrook. A floater, that's good. Westbrook's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's Bogdanovich, defended by Durant. Here's Johnson, on target from 13 feet. 14 points for him.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Westbrook against Williams. Westbrook double team. Adams dishes to Jackson. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Beyond the arc. And it's Durant missing.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Outside Williams. Now the pass to Bogdanovich. From deep. Williams can't hit. The Thunder leading by 3. And Durant, here we go. And Kirilenko sends it back. Here's Bogdanovich. He's got 6. To the left side wing. Plumlee, the pass to Johnson. Out to the wing. Puts it up from 12. The shot misses. Good D by Westbrook. Jackson kicks to Westbrook. Adams dishes to Durant. Feeds it to Jackson. Westbrook with a screen for Jackson. Shot off the screen. And it's Westbrook missing. Well, it looks like the Nets got a steal, taking Mason Plumlee with the 22nd pick in last year's draft.
Yeah, you know, he's listed at 6'11", but over 7 feet tall in shoes. I don't even know why they measure these guys without their shoes on. You're not playing barefoot. You're playing the game in your shoes. So that should be what you get measured at. I mean, every time he gets the ball close to the rim, he's looking to throw it down. I mean, I love his athleticism and the fact that he has a don't settle mindset. He's hungry, he's aggressive, and he plays with really nice force for a young guy.
Anderson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Jack comes in for Joe Johnson. The Thunder also changing it up. Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. And Anthony Morrow's subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Williams. He's got 9.
What a great year for the Plumlee brothers. Mason's older brother Miles also emerging for the Phoenix Suns, starting at center. Both of them seen as long shots to contribute, but they far exceeded expectation.
No good from Jack.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Morrow, the pass to Durant. It's stolen by Jack. 3-on-3. And here's Anderson to the inside. And Jack kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked by Adams.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Morrow, good, and the assist goes to Collison. And now a 7-point Thunder lead.
And Mason, growing up in a small town in Indiana, starting to get used to playing in the big city. They love his size and athleticism off the bench.
Jackson dishes to Collison, and he slams it one-handed.
Boy, nice bucket. They are really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
Now here's Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Plumlee sets the pick for Williams to the inside.
Mason Plumlee was a tad old for an NBA rookie last season. He turned 24 in March. That perhaps affected his draft stock, but it certainly got him to the NBA with an NBA-ready frame. And I like his mobility and quickness as a big man.
And Plumlee's role on the Nets, attacking the rim and converting at over 70% at the basket last season, and an overall field goal percentage of almost 66%. Excellent efficiency.
And Mason Plumlee, a pleasant surprise with his shot blocking last season.
Yeah, he doesn't have super long arms, but he's got major bounce ability, and that served him well as he transitioned from college, where he wasn't a huge shot blocker, to the NBA, where he's shown some prowess in that area.
And the second free throw, good. The Thunder, and especially Kevin Durant, seem to be on the clock for when are they going to win a title, but they still haven't closed the deal yet.
And Kevin, there's no guarantee that you'll win a title. Even if you are a really good team with star players, it just doesn't always automatically happen. I mean, that's not a given, even though they're chipping away at it and they've made some great progress over the last 4 or 5 years. Those things are hard to get.
Love the energy here in the third quarter, trying to exert their influence and take over this game.
Well, this is the time to do it. They cannot let up at this point. Got to keep it going.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. There's the screen. It's Jackson with the drive. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Jackson's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Thunder. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Plumlee sets the pick for Jack. Anderson outside. Jack with it. With 1 on the clock. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Thunder ending the third quarter on a 15-5 run. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final.
On tap this Wednesday, November 5th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Live from Oracle Arena. Don't miss out.
Drop your purse and grab your hips and act like you're trying to get this money right
Nets trail by 10. Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. Jarrett Jack is out there with Anderson. And it's Kirilenko in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Lopez, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. And that's now 9 points for Brook Lopez. The Thunder leading by 8. Now Lamb kicks it to Collison. Here's the screen. Jackson passes to Collison. Back to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Drills it from outside. And the Thunder lead by 11.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
And Jack kicks to Anderson. Over in the corner, Kirilenko. Anderson outside. Jack for 3. No good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich comes in for Andre Kirilenko. And it's Johnson in for Allen Anderson. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Westbrook's checked in.
Nick Collison has played a decade in the NBA, all with the same franchise. 4 seasons in Seattle, the last 6 in OKC. And there's a reason they've kept him around. He's a savvy role player, very smart. Does a lot of the little things to help you win.
Pass to Bogdanovich. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Thunder leading by 14.
And the Thunder really are consistently better at the defensive end with Collison on the floor. You know, he's not a big shot blocker or rebounder, but he's outstanding as a help defender. He's able to draw charges. He's always in the right spot at the right time, and he just knows what that defensive system requires from him, and he gets it done.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Steve, the basketball IQ for Collison also seen at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, good passer, likes to play on the elbows, and Oklahoma City likes to run offense through him because of that playmaking ability.
Jaron Williams is checked in for Jarrett Jack. Perkins is checked in for the Thunder. Oklahoma City on D. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Garnett dishes to Lopez. Here's Bogdanovich. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Ken Lamb kicks to Ibaka. Ibaka with a screen on Williams. Here's Lamb. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Williams passes to Lopez. Back to Williams. Lets the 3 fly, and the Nets another 3.
His three-point shot is so pure, just draining one after another.
Oklahoma City leading by 10. In low to Ibaka. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Durant's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Johnson. Here's Williams. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Kicks it out to Johnson. There's the 3. And he gets it to go. Johnson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Shot's good by Durant. Brook Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Passes to Lopez. Shoots from the baseline, and again it's Brooklyn converted.
Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. Ibaka sets the pick for Durant. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Brook Lopez. Well, with Russell Westbrook Clark missing time last season with his knee problems, Kevin Durant had to step up his game, both as a scorer and as a playmaker.
And Kevin, you know, he responded with a historic MVP season, a career high in scoring and assists, all while cutting his rate of turnovers and shooting with remarkable efficiency.
And Durant last season with the longest streak of consecutive 30-point games in over a decade. He got to 12 in a row and only stopped his streak because they were blowing out the Nets on the road in the fourth quarter, and they decided to rest him.
And both free throws good for Durant.
And you look at the incredible numbers for Durant last season. How about this? I mean, the first player since MJ, Michael Jordan, back in '92 to average over 30 points and 5 assists. Wow! While shooting over 50% from the floor. I mean, you talk about historic seasons. That's some tall cotton to be hanging out in there.
Boy, this fourth quarter has been critical. The offense picking it up just when it looked like the game was getting away from them.
Yeah, they answered the 9-1-1. Now we've got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch.
And here is Lamb. Back to Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. Steps back and shoots. Good, he hits the jump shot. Westbrook's got 24.
Well, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
Williams kicks to Bogdanovich. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. The Nets were poised, Steve, to make a run at things last year, but when you lose someone like Brook Lopez in the middle who meant so much and a lot of the offense was going through him like they did, you know, that gets very, very difficult.
Yeah, especially the way Brook was playing. But the Nets adapted to life without Brook. They played smaller, and they really developed an effective offense and found success later in the year without Brook Lopez.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. His advice, clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
And, you know, for a moment there, the Nets looked shell-shocked when they lost Brook Lopez to injury, but actually did a nice job, an admirable job, regrouping, and that's not always easy to do, folks.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Those are the kinds of plays that win you games. I mean, really savvy D, and give them credit for looking to go straight up court with it. No hesitation.
Yeah, it feels to me, Clark, like that's the knockout punch right there.
The dish to Lopez. He's feeling it, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Well, when Lopez went down last year, I thought the Nets did a really good job of stepping in for him, covering up the holes, and kind of recreating their offense. And of course, it's easier to do when you've got the number of perimeter star players that Brooklyn has.
Perkins against Lopez. The high post shot, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Nets trail by 11. Outside Williams to the left side wing.
He's been the guy on the boards today, no question.
Steve, you're all over it. I mean, his numbers back it up. He's been...
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Timeout called, the Nets. Serge Ibaka, the 24th pick by the Thunder back in 2008. From the start, Steve, his incredible work ethic has shown through.
No doubt, Kevin, he's become one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Excellent defender, can guard 4s and 5s. A terrific weak-side shot blocker. And that jump shot, that 17-footer, has given Oklahoma City the spacing that offense needs.
Williams in the post. He's covered by Westbrook. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Dishes it to Johnson. Into Brook Lopez. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
And for Ibaka, his offseason trainer also worked with Kevin Garnett. And he said that's who Ibaka reminds him of with his intensity and attention to detail in drills. And that's something that's overlooked. Being a perfectionist while you're practicing allows you to perform at a high level. He's the type that wants to do it again and again until he gets it right.
Here's Lopez, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you think about Ibaka's development. Part of his adjustment to the NBA initially was just learning the language. When he first was drafted, he barely spoke a lick of English, and now it's become his 5th language.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've just continued to shoot well.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man, tremendous size and shooting touch. He might be the best low-post scorer in the NBA.
So he gets them both.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. Where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
Nets trail by 13. 1:53 left in the 4th quarter. Shot from 12, and it's in off the backboard. Lopez has got 21.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
And Lopez, over 7 foot tall, 275 pounds, guys, not especially athletic. And that can leave him, Steve, sometimes vulnerable defending away from the rim.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams try to put him in pick and roll on the perimeter, just to test his agility and try to get by him to get into the paint.
Williams kicks to Lopez. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
The Thunder leading by 9 and stolen by Williams. And it's Durant with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Ibaka with a screen on Johnson. And then Durant with the dunk.
And now just watching the clock wind down in what will turn out to be a win here for the Thunder.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. They not only lightened the load, the bench guaranteed and actually produced the win.
They sure did. And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
A little bit closer to the win now, and they'll be halfway to a sweep of the season series once they wrap this one up.
That's right. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into Game 2 that they had tonight.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Westbrook. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The 3 from Johnson. Good on the shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, since the beginning of the 4th quarter, the 3-point shot has really just been there for them. Everything's falling.
Yeah, the touch from downtown is right on point.
Now here's Lamb. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Russell, congratulations on this win. What were the main factors that helped you stay in control of this one down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive. We did a good job all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.